See, wherever an individual human being puts another human being or some other human being's well-being above our own, suddenly that situation becomes a very powerful situation. We have the fortune of constantly living among such people. It is the greatest fortune I have, that always I am among people who are not concerned about themselves, they're concerned about what they can do for what is around them. So that is a fantastic situation. It is good, those of you who are doing businesses, who are engaged in variety of things, families to raise and all this stuff, in that you take time to do this, it's a great thing. And you must know this joy. You must know the joy of operating beyond your limitations, because the only thing that a human being is looking for is expansion. Please look at this. Wherever you are, whatever you are right now, you want to be something more. If that something more happens right now, you want to be something more. If that happens right now, you want to be something more. If you look at this, you want constant expansion. So how much expansion would settle you for good? If you look at this, even if I make you the king or queen of this planet, you will not settle. You will want the solar system. If I give you one solar system, you will want the universe. If I give you one universe, you'll want the galaxies. It doesn't matter if I give you 1 billion galaxies, you will want something more. This is the nature of a human being, because this one doesn't like boundaries, it wants to expand. If we have this longing in a very basic physical way, that we want to be more than who we are, if it finds a very basic physical expression, this is called sexuality. You're trying to be something more than who you are. If it finds an emotional expression, we will say this is love. You're trying to include somebody as a part of yourself. If it finds a mental expression, people will say, this is ambition, this is conquest, or maybe simply shopping. No, maybe I shouldn't have uttered that word, people must be missing that activity so much and they may suffer because I
Online
mentioned
shopping is open, I think.
No, in India that is also not there right
Only
now.
essential goods.
Yes. So, essentially you're trying to be more than who you are. Even your acquisition of wealth, property, money, what is this? This is just about expansion. So, in a way, when you look at life, not just in terms of myself and mine, but something that's unconnected with you want to invest something in that life, there is a sense of expansion and that's what you're enjoying. That you must know always. This is what yoga means. Yoga means union. Not necessarily emotional or psychological, simply the way you exist, there is a sense of union with everything around you. In this union, there is ultimate pleasure and blissfulness and peaks of ecstasy which most people would never know in their life. This is something every human being must experience in this life, because we have come with the possibility. Why should we miss it?
Thank you so much. Now I'll hand it over to Vikas to ask the next questions, and we would now be discussing character and the future of the society, moving on from the present.
There was one part of the question which I did not answer, if I can…
Yeah, I'm sorry, you forgot to talk about your charities. Yes, we need to know about…
So, I never thought I'm doing any charity, I thought I'm just doing what's needed. In that sense, right now, it is very painful to see that even in the rural India, there are so many people, migrant labor and others, who are stuck without food. It's running into thousands every day. Our volunteers are out there ensuring that, we have created this thing that this part of Tamil Nadu doesn't have a single case of virus infection, because our volunteers are there taking care of this, supporting the police, supporting the government officials, serving food to all those people, no movement. Not a single case has appeared in this entire region of Tamil Nadu because we are on the ground. This is what needs to happen to stop this is one aspect. Well, there are issues in this country. What we are focusing on is education, nourishment, health together, and ecology. These are the three main issues in the country and in the world also in many ways. So in terms of ecology, we are largely focusing on changing the policy. Right now, we're in the process of unrolling a movement called Conscious Planet. It's been pushed by 6 months because of this virus, but we will be rolling it out later on. We want all of you to be a part of this. The idea behind this is just this. Right now, if we don't make the corrections, if we do not make the correction, even now the number of people dying in the cities is way higher. Even during Spanish flu, this was true. Wherever the particulate matter was beyond 2.5, micrometers or whatever, there, always the deaths were higher even during the Spanish flu, and the same is happening now. So the number of people who die just because of pollution causes is very, very high, and those people are also susceptible to these kind of things. Having said that, to bring down the pollution, people are thinking electric cars, this, that, yes, all that needs to happen. But the most important thing that needs to happen is a mass transport system which is super efficient. Then naturally people will go by that. There are many plans for which policy changes we have put forth to the government. They have become the official policy recommendations for all the states in India. Now we are trying to do this for the whole world. What we are looking at is just this: ecological issues should become election issues in every country. For this to happen, we have a list of 3 top political parties in every nation, all the 187 nations which have democracies. We have top 3 political parties and we are approaching them, and at the same time, see, the political parties will not do anything unless people really want it. So we are seeing how to touch 3 to 3.5 billion people to vote for, for simple things. We are making… Right now, whatever ecological information that's out there is all like PhD stuff. Nobody understands what it is. The common man on the street has no clue what it is all about. We are making this into 5 things that must happen in your country. We are making the world into segments in terms of latitudes or geographical segments of equatorial region, tropical, subtropical, temperate, like this. And in this region, if your country is there, what should happen? What are the 5 things that must happen? 2 or 3 things that should never happen in your country. We want to make sure at least 3 to 3.5 billion people, because 5.26 billion people have franchise in this world. That means they have the power to elect a government. If 3 billion people understand these 5 things and they vote, they will say, yes, we will vote for this, this means it will become an election issue. So we are seeing how to get to the 3 billion number. We have various plans, we will come to you sometime. Please, all of you should stand with us, because this is a must happen. Because right now, about 25% of the world's land is untouched and pristine. It is estimated by 2050, only 10% will be left, and populations will touch nearly 10 billion. Well, that is a calamity by itself. Absolute calamity, you don't need any virus. If we become 10 billion people and forests have reduced, no enough forest cover and green cover in the world, this will be a disaster. But right now we have a phenomenal chance to change a few things. See, of the 51 million square kilometers of land which is being used for agriculture in this world, 40 million square kilometers of land is used only to raise animals and their food because of meat consumption. If meat consumption is brought down by 50%, people don't have to give it up. If they bring it down by 50%, 20 million square kilometers of land will become available. 20 million square kilometers means you can plant 1.2 trillion trees. 1.2 trillion trees means everything, all the carbon that you have thrown out into the atmosphere, in 15 to 20 years' time it will fully absorb. That's what it means. This can be done, and it can be a huge business by itself. Timber can be a huge business by itself. We can crop the timber, but in a calculated way, this can be done. This can be a major business. As meat industry goes down, this can be done. This is a big enterprise by itself. You must look at that. Above all of you should stand with us for Conscious Planet.
Thank you so much.